Imagine the marble halls of the United States Supreme Court. The air is thick with tension. Reporters crowd the steps, their cameras ready. Protesters wave signs chanting for justice. Inside, 9 justices sit in their black robes, ready to decide the fate of millions. The question before them, who gets to be an American from birth? This isn't just another case, it's about the very meaning of citizenship. For over a century, America has followed a simple rule. If you're born here, you belong here. But now, that rule is under threat. The country waits, holding its breath. Every once in a while, the Supreme Court takes up a case that could change everything. Brown v. Board of Education, Roe v. Wade. Now, birthright citizenship could join that list. The stakes are sky high. The decision could rewrite what it means to be American. As arguments begin, the justices know they are not just interpreting law, they are shaping the country's future. Every word, every question will matter. The world is watching, and so is every family whose future hangs in the balance. Donald Trump has never been shy about shaking things up. In his campaign, he promised to end birthright citizenship for children of undocumented immigrants. He says it's time to stop anchor babies and close what he calls a loophole. His proposal, only children of citizens or legal residents should get automatic citizenship. But there's a problem. The 14th Amendment, written after the Civil War, says, all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States. For generations, courts have read this to mean, if you're born on U.S. soil, you're a citizen, no matter who your parents are. Trump argues that the word subject to the jurisdiction thereof means something different. He says it shouldn't apply to children of people here illegally. Others say this is twisting the Constitution. For now, the rule is clear. Babies born in America are Americans. But Trump's idea, if it ever becomes law, would upend that. It would be the biggest change to citizenship in over 100 years. Legal scholars are split. Some say Trump is right. They argue that the 14th Amendment was never meant to cover everyone born here. They point to debates from the 1860s when lawmakers excluded certain groups, like children of foreign diplomats. They claim the phrase, subject to the jurisdiction, was meant to be narrow. In their view, the Supreme Court could interpret the law differently, without changing the Constitution itself. On the other side, most experts say birthright citizenship is settled law. They cite Supreme Court cases like United States v. Wong Kim Ark, which said a child born in America, even to immigrant parents, is a citizen. They warn that changing this would break with over a century of tradition and legal precedent. The debate is fierce. Supporters of Trump's view say ending birthright citizenship could stop illegal immigration. They argue it would protect the value of citizenship. Critics counter that it would create a new class of stateless children. They worry about discrimination and chaos. Both sides agree on one thing. This is not just a legal question, it's about who we are as a nation. The Supreme Court's decision could echo for generations. Okay, so let's take a look at what could happen if the Supreme Court rules in Trump's favor. The change would be honestly seismic. Suddenly, millions of kids born to undocumented immigrants might lose their claim to citizenship. Their futures would be totally up in the air. Some could even become stateless with no country to call home. You know, other countries have actually done similar things. In Europe, most nations ended automatic birthright citizenship decades ago. Like France, Germany, and the UK now require at least one parent to be a citizen or a legal resident. Supporters say this helps control immigration, but critics warn it creates deep social divides. So America would have some tough questions to answer. Would children born here have to prove their parents' status? Would hospitals basically become checkpoints? The government would need brand new systems to track who is and who isn't a citizen. The global spotlight would be intense, no doubt about it. Some folks would cheer the change as long overdue, while others would see it as a betrayal of America's promise. The ripple effects? They could last for decades. For immigrant families, the fear is very real. Just imagine having a baby in America, only to be told your child isn't a citizen. Parents would worry about their kids' rights, their futures, and even their safety. Some might feel forced to go into hiding. Others might decide to leave the country altogether, but, you know, not everyone is worried. Some Americans believe birthright citizenship is being abused. They argue that people come to the U.S. just to have children who get citizenship, and they feel the system needs fixing. For them, Trump's plan is a step toward fairness. Meanwhile, lawyers and advocates are already gearing up. They warn about lawsuits, confusion, and heartbreak. Hospitals could get caught in the middle, and schools might have to check citizenship before enrolling kids. Everyday life could get a lot more complicated, honestly. For millions, this question is personal. Will their children belong, or will they be left out in the cold? The answer could change lives forever. Across the country, emotions are running super high. On talk radio and social media, people are arguing day and night. Some say it's about time America tightened its laws, while others call it un-American, even cruel. Politicians are taking sides, just fueling the fire. In immigrant communities, fear is spreading. Parents are seriously worried about their kids' future. Some are calling lawyers, others are joining protests. They're sharing stories of hard work, sacrifice, and hope. For them, America is a promise, a place where anyone can belong. Legal experts are warning of chaos. They say the courts could be flooded with cases, and bureaucrats would face mountains of paperwork. Mistakes could leave children stateless, unable to get passports or even go to school. But, some Americans actually feel hopeful. They believe change could restore order and see it as a way to protect America's borders and values. The debate is fierce, and honestly, there are no easy answers. Now, America stands at a crossroads. The Supreme Court's decision could shape the country for generations to come. Will the justices keep the old promise, citizenship by birth, or will they chart a new path with new rules and, new risks? The drama here is real and the stakes are huge. For millions of families, everything hangs in the balance. For the country, it's a test of our values. What does it mean to be American? Who actually gets to belong? As the nation waits, the whole world is watching. The Supreme Court's ruling will echo far beyond the courtroom. It'll shape lives, laws, and the very idea of America itself. The future of citizenship is up for grabs. What kind of country will we become? The answer, honestly, is in our hands.